Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity, and the GNU is working in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. The KwaZulu-Natal is not playing games. KwaZulu, that's my province. Yeah, that's my province. That's where I was born. Yeah, everybody. KwaZulu-Natal. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I am telling you, KwaZulu-Natal is leading by example. The Premier, Tami Ntuli, isn't playing games. The provincial police commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, is not playing games. And I am telling you guys, they are getting pushed inwards, these people. I mean, I'm listening to this interview between Tami Ntuli, who's the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, as well as Newsroom Africa. Newsroom Africa has been doing a really great job, an amazing job when it comes to reporting what is happening in KwaZulu-Natal, because I can see that other provinces are kind of like taking leave from KwaZulu Natal, even though they're not as aggressive as KwaZulu Natal is. I mean, KwaZulu Natal has already put down a lot of problematic people that have been terrorizing communities in that province. And now, apparently, they had gone to do a raid in a building that was hijacked. Somebody tipped them off. Of course, it's the SAPS. Who can it be? And when they got there was nobody. Nobody. I think if the what do you call this, for these operations to succeed, the police needs to be policed, because most of these police are in the pockets, especially of the Nigerians that are selling drugs in our country. Because there's no way that this guy has been living his life, or maybe sometimes he's protecting themselves in case the Nigerian bargains with the state, and then the state say, okay, tell us the police officers that have been working with you or that you've been paying, not that they didn't know you were selling drugs, and then their names come out. I think maybe that's the reason why they tip them off, so that they can also save their own liberty. So I am suspecting, with all that is happening in KwaZulu Natal, all those Nigerian, what do you call this, drug lords and drug pushers and traffickers, they are running away. And when they run away, guess where they are going to? They are coming inland. Where inland? Gauteng, Mpumalanga, all the way to Limpopo. And the police in these provinces must also be ready for them. Guess where? Guess where? At the port of entries into these provinces. Trust me when I tell you, you are going to find kingpins. You are going to find probably the most wanted, as well, as they try to flee KwaZulu Natal. Some will flee west, going to Western Cape. Others will flee east, like far east, down to the Eastern Cape and all that stuff. They need to be ready for them, so that we get rid of what is happening in our country. I told a cousin of mine to go to Point Road for me, and kind of check the coast. He was like, man, this place is empty. What's happening? It's like a ghost town, he says. He says Point Road is like a ghost town, and he's never seen it this clean before. I'm like, okay, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is doing a great job. Can somebody please scream on mountaintop for Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi to be appointed police commissioner, like national police commissioner, because he's doing an amazing job. And we must also commend the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Tami Ntuli, doing an amazing job. I love the fact that now they are heading to factories and employers that are employing illegal foreigners to exploit them, as well, to the expense of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. These are the citizens of this country being sidelined because they are protected by the Labor Relation Act. Put them in jail. Let them have criminal records, those owners of those businesses. Because there's no way that we are just going to roll over and play dead while the employers of this country are destroying the lives of the people of this country. Let us all get destroyed then, including them. There is no way. There is no way. And I love the fact that they are targeting. Now, the thing is, I am wondering, how are they tripping over trying to get South Africans to fill in these spaces, so that when the Premier and the police come over, they say, oh, everybody here is South African. and all the illegal foreigners chased away. Because there's no way that when they arrive there, the doors will be closed. Why would be the doors closed when the Premier Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and his team arrive at a certain factory or at a certain business? Why would the doors be closed? What are you hiding? So probably they're tripping over. Now employing South Africans overnight. This must come to an end, what is happening in this country. And wait, if there's any power out there that listens to this videos or my videos, whether that is news rooms of various news channels, guys, let me tell you something. If you go to the security companies, your Fidelity, your G-Force or G4S, what else is there? All of them. These guys, they hire,
you did say you were out
and
Point
also
Road
their
earlier.
management,
Just
like
talk to us about what's happening
supervisors and
currently.
managers and etc. and so on. None of them are South African citizens.
Well, Sakina, earlier on I
They are
told you
foreign
that
nationals,
more than about
particularly
25
Zimbabweans.
foreign
You know what
nationals
those
have
guys
been
do to
arrested.
South
The
Africans?
number has actually increased here in
They
Point
keep
Road
an
now.
eye
Two
on
vans
the
have just
South
arrived and
African
they are full. We still
employees
have several
of these
others on the
security
ground. So as it
companies.
stands now, over
If they
30
join a
foreign
union,
nationals without legal
this
permits in
so-called
the country
supervisor
have been
manager that
arrested here
is
in
not a
Point
South
Road.
African
And
citizen
this is a joint
run to
operation
the
by
white guy,
SAPS to
the owner
try
of
and
the
clean
company, and
up
say,
this particular
so and so
area.
and so and
Those
so
that
have joined
reside
a
in
union.
Durban and
And then
KwaZulu-Natal know
those
that this
black
road is
South Africans
particularly
get
notorious
fired
when it comes to the pushing of
because they
drug
joined
smuggling,
a union. A
prostitution,
black person
and
that they always
illegal
throw at us when they play the
firearms
black
that
card
have been
does that to
often
another
found
black
by
person.
police here. Now, we
To
also
what?
have been
Yeah.
told that a
Yeah.
bag has been
And
thrown
the same
out
people
one
turn
of
around and say
the
we are the
buildings, one
slaves
of
of
the
white
windows,
people.
one of the bags were
When
thrown
our
out of there.
so-called
It's not
brothers
yet
from
established
Africa,
whether the
they are
currency
given
is in
positions
fact
of
fake
leadership
or real. It
to
is in dollars.
guard
So police are
South
still trying
Africans
to
if they ever
establish
join a
whether
union.
that is fake
I
dollars
am
or if
saying
it is
go
the right
investigate
currency.
those security
Several
companies
buildings
and
have
you are
also been
going to
evacuated here,
see
illegal
the
buildings, and this has been an
rot
ongoing issue
when it
here in
comes to the
Durban, where many
employers
buildings
of this
have been
country.
illegally
They are
occupied,
guilty. South
hijacked, one
African
could say,
employees
and
under
this is
these
going to
security
be
companies,
an effort and an
they are
ongoing
literally
raid to
walking
try and
on
clean up this
eggs
particular stretch. It's not the
because
first
they
one. We've seen several
Zimbabwean
of them, but this
counterparts
is the
who
largest one
hold
by far. I'm
positions
also
of
told
power
that
in
the
these
provincial commissioner
security
Nhlanhla
companies
Mkhwanazi
are
is at
watching
another
them.
one, not too
Every
far from
move
here. He
that
will be
they
joining
make,
us very
they
shortly. He's
maltreat
just stopped
South
there to see that
Africans.
everything is
I'm telling
and
you,
we've
go
been speaking to
investigate and you'll
Colonel
see what I'm
Nechunda
talking
throughout the
about.
morning, talking to us
Go
about
and
this raid. He's been
investigate. Go
conducting
find
his own
who is the supervisor
talks and
for this
investigations
group.
here on the ground. But
Who
Colonel,
is
just
the
to talk to us,
supervisor for this shift?
we tallied about over
You will see.
25 illegal foreign nationals now. We
Find
are
me a
standing at
South
over
African
30.
who is a supervisor or a
We
manager
are, and since
in
morning we
those
have got
security
over
companies.
73 of them
Find me
who
one.
were arrested.
That's my
mostly
challenge
in these
to you.
illegally hijacked
And there
buildings,
are a
which
whole
most of
lot
them have
of
so
others,
far
including
been
the SAPS.
disconnected, water
Inside
and
the
electricity.
SAPS,
And also the arrest
you know, there was a
of
time,
one person who was
a couple of years ago, there was
a
a
kingpin of some
roadblock.
sort who's been making people pay
With
rent in one
searching
of the
cars
hijacked
and
buildings.
It so happened the car
It's
that
been
I
an
was
ongoing
in
issue.
was
I did a
searched
story a couple of
by
months back where people were
did
being
sound to
extorted
me like
large sums of
two
money for
Zimbabwean
protection,
police
but
officers.
also to pay rent.
SAPS.
How
Now,
are police
before you go
trying to
like, but
clamp down on
Mpumalanga
this? We
also has
were with the
Ndebele people.
Public
I know
Works Minister
Ndebele
Dean
people from
McPherson, who
Mpumalanga,
said
and
and
they in
vowed
Ndebele
that
is
he's
quite
going to make sure that he
strong.
cleans up
Oh
eThekwini
yeah, quite
municipality, because
strong.
predominantly
And you know
many
the
of the buildings here
Zimbabwean
have been
Ndebele.
hijacked, and they want to
Those
reclaim
are the
that. So it's a
people
joint effort
wearing
from
blue
government
uniforms.
and police.
So
It is a
you
joint
check
effort, yes.
in the
Even this
South
operation
African
is
police services,
multifaceted.
you
We've
will
got Metro
pull out
Police, we've
a
got us as the
whole
police, we've
group
got other
of them.
departments which are
A
assisting us
whole
in this
group of them.
operation, because
So
we
this
need
whole
this
situation
effort
that they are
coming
talking
together,
about
sit down
employer,
on the table, then go and
they are
operate.
going to arrest
Because
the
the act
employer
of
that
operating
employs illegal
emanates
foreigners,
from the talks
go
that
to
we have with
all,
other
even
departments
I'm talking our
and there's
own
challenges.
government
Because
departments.
for these buildings
They
to
are
be cleared,
foreign
we
nationals
need to be involved and
whom
operate on the ground.
also
Can you just
stole
walk with
South
me,
African
Ray?
people's
Can also just walk with me.
identity
I see
for them to
a very
get that
large police
employment.
contingent here. Many of
Don't
them, I'm
talk,
seeing
don't get
Mbungulu
me
cars.
started
Many
with
are coming
SASA.
from
Don't get
outside
me
of
started
Durban.
with
Talk to us about the efforts
municipalities. It
in police
rotten
coming
to
together
the
from
core.
various other sectors and working together.
So
and
there is no way
collaborating.
that you're just going to
We also have got
Phezulu,
officers who are
go
coming from outside the
down,
province.
dig
The
deep
deployment
inside
that's in the province is also
Premier,
assisting.
especially the
That's why
Premier
you'll
of
see names you don't
Gauteng,
even know
the
on the
Premier
vehicles.
of
Because we are one police,
Western
we've got the same
Cape,
purpose.
the
And
Premier
when we
of
operate, we
Eastern
go all
Cape.
out. That's why
Check.
we see
You
all
will
these
see.
people here. And
Especially Gauteng.
other than
Gauteng,
that,
I think,
also
is the
an act
mothership.
of show of force.
There is
that
no way.
we are the police,
We got
we are in
to
charge,
clean our
and will
country,
ensure that
and this is to be
everybody
done
who's in this city
aggressively.
feels and is
See,
free.
this thing that, okay,
Especially in a
I
province
don't know
like
what we are
KwaZulu-Natal that has
studying
been
first.
marred by
We
violence
know
and
the buildings. Hey,
shootouts.
listen, if you come
We
to
do
South
know
Africans,
that
South Africans
the
know, they'll
Provincial
show you.
Commissioner
Oh,
Mhlanhla
in this
Mkhwanazi
house
says
and
that
that house,
20,000
so and
police
so
officers
lives
were
there,
deployed in the
who's
province to
not a
try and
South African
quell the
citizen, and they're
violence,
illegal.
to try and stabilize the
citizens
province.
know.
How is that looking?
Go there.
So
In the
far, so good.
mornings,
We have got
roadblocks.
exciting
Everybody
numbers.
that is in the taxi out,
We are winning the war.
and
we
then
can say as
sift
the
out
police
the
that
illegals.
the picture we see is
There
encouraging.
is no way, guys.
We're not there yet.
Let's get to
We
work.
need to
Let's get
reduce
to
crime
work.
drastically.
KwaZulu-Natal is doing
But
an
with the province, the way
amazing
it
job.
is,
I
so
did
many
edit some
guns,
this
violent
clip
criminals.
from Newsroom
We are
Africa,
winning.
just the
It's
Premier
just a certain
laying
part
the
that
plan
when we
or
confront
outlining the
criminals
plan
for
of what they
arrests,
are going to be
they challenge
doing
the police
in
and
the
they
next
end up on
few
the wrong side of
weeks,
the
I
law.
suppose. But they need to be
Which is not our
aggressive in
intention.
this one.
But
Just like they
like I
are
said,
being
with the numbers,
aggressive with
encouraged
extortionists,
that
just
we are
like
on the
they're
right
being
track.
aggressive
Well, Colonel, I think
with
I'll leave you there and get
cash
you
transit,
back to your
cash
work.
in
Thank you so
transit,
much for talking to us throughout the course of
heist,
the
and
morning.
all of
Well,
that
Sakina,
stuff. With the foreign nationals, let's do the same thing. Particularly, what do you call these people? Nigerians. I want to see more Nigerians because there are a lot of parents that are busy looking for their daughters. Where are their daughters that disappeared going to buy bread, that disappeared coming from school, that disappeared going to look for a job, that disappeared when they're going to submit a CV and never came back home? That is who they need to get, the Nigerians. Most of whom are not legally in South Africa.
If everything is fine, so that I can
Not in
allow
South
General
Africa.
Masamala to proceed.
So until I see those, that's when I will see that, yeah, the GNU is working. I know that right now they're going for the soft target, the Zimbabweans. Go for the Nigerians. They stand in street corners. Easy to find them. They live in hijacked buildings. They live in dilapidated buildings that they destroyed. It's easy to find them in all these places that I always mention. Yeovil, Berea, Hillbrow, downtown Johannesburg, Campton Park,
Thank you, General Masamala.
all the way to Fortsburg, Mayfair, you name them. They're even in Sandton, Bowen, Midrand, Randburg, everywhere. They are everywhere. So there's no way that you are just going to bypass them and go for Zimbabweans, bypass them and go for Congolese. No. Grab them all. They are there in Hilton. They're standing in street corners, on the streets. Easy. Easy to get them.
That we have.
So until I start seeing that is when I'm going to take all of this seriously.
At our national intervention.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time in a new video.
Which we call it.
Natal Premier Ntuli launched a provincial campaign against the crime and illegal occupants of buildings in the province. Ntuli says the hijacked buildings have become havens for criminal activity and drug dens. He also encouraged municipalities to join hands in reclaiming hijacked buildings and making cities more attractive to investors.
Well, our concern as the province in KwaZulu-Natal, government of KwaZulu-Natal, is the level of crime. And part of the places wherein we find that a lot of criminal activities will take place is in the illegally occupied buildings. Hence, we, after identifying that, started a program in collaboration with the police, with the Department of Home Affairs, with the Department of Social Development, which has more than one layers, because the other main target are the factories or businesses that are employing illegal foreign nationals in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So in eThekwini, we have many. However, we are in discussion with the Department for Public Works. The Department of Public Works is doing an analysis of the government buildings that are unoccupied, and the eThekwini Metro is also identifying the buildings which are illegally occupied, so that our campaign as the Department of Community Safety and Liaison will also be able to be used to address the illegal occupants in order to fight crime, because the main driver here is fighting crime. After the summit we had in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we agreed that we want action, not talks. We want to walk the talk. That is why you saw us Wednesday at Mandeni around Wastebe, the factories there, wherein we were following up on the undocumented foreign nationals who are employed at the expense of the people of KwaZulu-Natal or South Africa who are looking for a job. You'll recall that the stats for unemployment was released, which was showing an increase. And then when we have businesses that are employing illegal foreign nationals at the expense of the people of the KwaZulu-Natal or South Africa, we're saying in KwaZulu-Natal we want to address that and we want to put it to an end. As a result, we're even saying to those who employ undocumented foreign nationals, they will be arrested. Like one was arrested in one of the factories wherein we discovered that they were undocumented foreign nationals. Well, the owners of the buildings or the units, you find that they are legitimate at times. It's only that the issue of occupancy attracts criminal activities, also attract the undocumented foreign nationals. However, there are those that were just occupied illegally, like one of the government department buildings, which has been left unattended. They were illegal occupants, but when they heard about the operation in the morning, they evacuated, and we discovered no one inside that building. We will be following up, and on the issue of not expropriating, but in fact making them useful for the purpose of our economy, or the program that has to do with accommodation to the needy. It's a process that we have started. The MEC for Public Works and Infrastructure has been assigned to visit all the government buildings with the purpose of auditing and analyzing them so that we understand what is happening in each and every building. Already there are two that we are donating to eThekwini Metro so that they will have to repair and reuse for the municipality work. For the rest, then after receiving the report, we'll be able then to determine on the issue of the usage. Because one of the things we were saying in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we were saying that we cannot be having buildings which belongs to government, but at the same time we are renting, spending millions and millions of rents. So that's a discussion that we have already started, but we said we will conclude it as soon as we know exactly how many are strategically located for usage, wherein people will be able to access the offices easily, and then we'll then trigger a discussion to specific departments that are renting.
Yeah, and here's the other thing about that, Premier, is that, of course, in the CBD, the city centre, there would be a huge demand for housing. Because people need to live close to where they work and so forth. Although the focus here tends to be only on foreign nationals, but I'd like to believe that there are also South Africans who would want to live in the city centre and close to places of work, because we know of the impact of apartheid spatial planning. What's your government's plan around increasing housing units in the city centre and city centres like eThekwini?
Yes, Adrian, I must in fact agree with you. There are those that are occupied by the people who are not undocumented foreign nationals, who are legally living there. And as soon as we are able to ensure that the space is available for the people, I think that will be much better. Well, there is a plan which we have even discussed with His Worship the Mayor of eThekwini, that we need to expedite issues around making housing available to the people who are actually needy. Though there are some dynamics which we have identified, the issues of EIA and the issue of land pockets availability, which then you are focusing to, so that we try to accelerate the program of ensuring that people are able to get a proper accommodation when they try to find themselves closer to the areas of opportunities. Our message is clear, and it's a strong message to all the businesses and the employers who are employing illegal foreign nationals or undocumented foreign nationals, that one, they will be arrested. Like at Mandeni Wastebe, the owner of a factory was arrested by the police because it is illegal to employ illegal foreign nationals. And our message to the undocumented foreign nationals is that they must go back to their countries to get a proper documentation that will allow them to be here in South Africa. Because our view is that there are foreign nationals who are here legally, who are here to present skills which are not available in our province, who are here to do business, and we welcome all of them. But we are saying for those who are here not having proper documents, they must go back to their countries to get proper documents, because we don't want to be seen as being xenophobic. But we are trying to address any issue that has to do with criminal activities, because our agenda is not only targeting them, the undocumented foreign nationals, but our agenda is to address issues of crime. I think we have seen that in KwaZulu-Natal, the police under the leadership of Lieutenant General Mkwanazi, they've in fact enhanced their work. And even the society now are cooperating in terms of reporting criminal activities to the police. And it was saying that is our fight as KwaZulu-Natal, which will only stop when there will be no criminal activities taking place. Well, we have not yet received information from the department to the extent as to how many are benefiting from our government services. However, it's a discussion, in fact, that I think is going to follow on the operations that we're making, because we're receiving calls from all over KwaZulu-Natal. Like in our operation, we'll be also proceeding to other areas. That is why we have said, so that it will not take long to address this issue. The municipalities, the mayors, local police stations, the local offices of Home Affairs, Department of Labor, and DSD, they must continue with the operations so as to ensure that we try and arrest this problem at the earliest possible time, so that we'll also understand the extent in which we have people who are undocumented here and the extent in which they are benefiting from our services, so then that we will advance a discussion ways, even if it's called for us to elevate the problem to the national government, so that there will be in a process an issue of such engagements.